Honestly, this is a major setback. Welcome to my May highlight video where I go over all of the updates to my physical TBR as well as my favorite read of the month. Let's start with the books I added to my physical TBR because everyone loves a haul. First up, I got Most Ardently by Gabe Novoa. This is a gay Pride and Prejudice retelling. I believe it's also young adult. My local library does this really awesome thing where at our Pride event, they give out free LGBTQ plus books to anyone who wants one. So this is the one I picked, and it's been on my TBR for a while, so I'm super excited. Next up, I grabbed both books in the Heartstrings series by BK Borison, and they've been on my TBR for a while. I've heard nothing but good things, especially about First Time Caller, and I really liked Good Spirits when I read it over Christmas break, so I'm very hopeful I'll enjoy these. The last two books I added to my physical TBR this month are both new releases. The first one is The Tapestry of Fate by S.A. Chakraborty. I loved The Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi, and I cannot wait to read this one. I just can't wait to go back into this world and be back with these characters. The next new release I grabbed was Verity Guild by May Corland. I really liked her Five Broken Blades series, and so I'm very hopeful that I'll like this one. And I'm so excited to get into this and see what May is doing for her newest series. Now to the three books I read off of my physical TBR. The first one was Behind Five Willows. I really enjoyed learning about this time period in Korea through this book, but honestly, the plot and the characters didn't really stick with me. I also read People Watching by Hannah Bonham-Young, and this is my first Hannah Bonham-Young book, and I am so shocked at how much I liked it. I know people don't hype this one up as much as Out on a Limb and that series, which I'm very excited to read soon, hopefully. But honestly, the way she mixed emotion and characters with the romance was perfection. Chef's kiss. This was almost my favorite book of the month, and I rarely rate romance books as my favorite book of the month. The reason why People Watching was not my favorite book of the month was because I finally read Red City by Marie Lu. And you guys, I was so worried this was going to be overhyped, and it was not. It took me a little bit to get into it. I thought the beginning was kind of slow, but once it picked up, I was like addicted. Could not put it down. All the characters were amazing. The world building and magic system were so unique. This was just wonderful. The blurb on the back says for fans of V.E. Schwab, and I totally agree with that. To me, it felt like a mix of V.E. Schwab and Chloe Gong, which I absolutely loved. If you don't know what this book is about or haven't heard about it, it is kind of a urban fantasy that focuses on alchemy, and it follows two alchemists as they grow up together and then eventually start working for rival alchemy firms without knowing that. And that tension was just crazy. So I'm so excited to see what happens in the next books in the series. I feel like I yapped so fast in this because I had so many books to cover this month, but let me know in the comments what your favorite read of the month was, or if any of the books I talked about look interesting to you.